There's a free beach about a 15-minute walk from your ship in Nassau, and it might be the fastest way, though, to wreck your entire port day. Junkanoo Beach. It's close, it costs nothing, and the water can be beautiful, but on a day with several ships in port, which is pretty much any day in Nassau, it can also be wall-to-wall people, loud music, and a constant stream of people trying to sell you chairs, drinks, hair braids, tours, and some other things you definitely did not come to Nassau to buy. It can be a lot. That is why so many cruisers decide to buy a resort or beach club pass instead, where you get a real lounge chair, bathrooms, a pool or water park, people not harassing you, food and drinks close by, and some separation from the big crowds. Now, the problem is that Nassau day passes can vary widely in price and experience, so it can be hard to make the best choice. Hi, I'm Melissa, a university professor who loves to cruise and who loves to talk ship. I have done almost every single Nassau day pass, some of them multiple times, so I'm gonna go through the different options for you. I'll share with you the best bargain, the best ongoing value, and the strongest option for younger kids. Also, the adults only pick. And pay attention to some of the towel policies, because one of the most expensive water parks on this list still expects you to bring your own. All right, before we get into the list, three things matter. First, location. British Colonial Margaritaville, they're within walking distance of the cruise port. Breezes and Baha Bay are over toward Cable Beach, and Rio and Atlantis are on the Paradise Island side, which means a taxi across the bridge. Now, good news, Nassau taxes are generally really easy, but they are not metered the way that many American travelers expect. You want to confirm the total price before you get in, ask whether the bridge toll is included if you're going over to Paradise Island, and leave more time than you think you need to return back to the ship if you're going to one of these day pass options that is not walkable. Nassau traffic can get pretty rough, especially on the bridge side when several ships are in port. Second, make sure you book ahead. Popular day passes can and do sell out, especially during peak periods, so you can't always just guarantee you're gonna walk up and buy a pass on the spot. Third, make sure you read the exact package, because the same resort might sell different passes through the cruise line versus third-party companies, and your cheapest best bet is almost always gonna be through third party, and I'll drop links below for my favorite option. It's usually the cheapest, and they're really great to work with. And you also wanna make sure you know what's included, because one package might include lunch, one might be an all-inclusive, the other might be admission only. All right, let's get into it. Number one, right now, the biggest value in Nassau that I would recommend is British Colonial. The hotel is less than a 10-minute walk from the cruise harbor. You get off the ship, you hang your right, it's right there. You don't have to deal with a taxi. You don't have to deal with the time of getting around on the taxi. You don't have to deal with the expense of a taxi. You don't have to cross that bridge, and you can easily walk there. And when you're there, you can see the ships right there. So if you're like me and you have anxiety when you're going independent, I'm gonna miss the ship. You can see them. It gives a nice comfort. Now, the property itself is great. I was just there a few weeks. They have a private beach. They have 2 heated pools, which came in clutch because it was a little chilly on my visit. They have lounge chairs and they provide towels. It's a nice, easy, low-key beach and pool day. Now, what you're not gonna find here, you're not gonna find slides, lazy rivers, there's no water park attractions. Here, you're paying for convenience, a controlled environment, and a place to relax. And what's crazy about this is even if you go to the free public beach like Junkanoo, usually you're gonna pay 25 bucks for a ratty chair and umbrella from a local vendor. So for actually not much more than that, you can catch a sale, and I'll talk about a good sale here in a minute, you can enjoy British Colonial. Now, here's that sale. Don't get mad at me because this is limited time, limited travel dates. I have nothing to do with it. I don't control it. I promoted it somewhere else and everyone was like all mad because it wasn't available on their day. I can't control it. But I want to share with you this amazing sale because, as I mentioned, I just went and got to take advantage of this sale. It's an absolute crazy deal. For 40 bucks, you get a British Colonial day pass that is taxes and fees included, and it includes a meal. I think it was hamburger, hot dog, quesadilla, and fish tacos. So you get a meal that's limited, but you pick one of those 4 and you get 2 fountain drinks. It's absolutely a crazy, crazy, crazy deal. And that includes your day pass. So I'll drop the link below. Again, it's limited dates, limited whatever, limited time. So if you can take advantage of it, great, because at 40 bucks within walking distance of the ship, this is the easiest value decision on the list. But even if you're traveling on a day where this promotion is not in effect, the British Colonial price is still, I think, an absolute bargain. So British Colonial, it's best for cruisers who are balling on a budget and or they want a simple beach or pool day and or they want to be really close to the ship. If you want adventure, nonstop action, water slides, I would skip it. Number 2, the best walkable option if you have younger kids. If you have younger kids, Margaritaville is the strongest option within walking distance. It's right next to British Colonial, actually. It's only about 15 minutes from the cruise port, so again, get off the ship, walk down the long pier, exit the terminal, make a right. It's right there, past Senior Frogs. And when you buy a day pass at Margaritaville, it gives you access to Fins Up Water Park, where they have a really small, lazy river. It's small, but it's nice. It's my favorite part of visiting Margaritaville in Nassau. They have small water slides, a surf simulator, a splash area, and a high jump platform. My daughter, who's 13, loves the high jump. They also have a rock climbing wall, but it's never been in operation when I've been there, so don't bank on that. So this is a small water park. It's absolutely not comparable to Atlantis and Baha Bay, not even close. But if you're looking for a value option that's walkable from the port, you have younger kids and or kids who don't love the big thrill rides or they don't like waiting in line for them, this is a really, really great option. And the pass also includes pool access, beachfront access, and it's that private beachfront access, lounge chairs, umbrellas, and towels. But I will note, I've been to Margaritaville over many, many years, and unfortunately the beach has eroded quite a bit. So if you want a beach day, you you love laying in the sand, I would not recommend Margaritaville because there's such limited space now, and it's immediately adjacent to the public Junkanoo area, which does get very loud and crowded. Definitely would recommend British Colonial instead. So Margaritaville, best for families with younger kids who want slides in a lazy river, some entertainment beyond just the beach and pools without having to go far from the port area. But skip it if your group wants a quiet beach day or if your teenagers or adults want major thrill rides. Number 3, the best all-inclusive value. Now, people always ask me, what's your favorite day pass resort option in Nassau? And my answer is it depends. It depends on who I'm traveling with. If I'm traveling with my 13-year-old, I'm gonna go to Margaritaville, or if I'm willing to splurge, I'll go to Baha Bay or Atlantis because she does love water slides. If it's just me, I'll go to British Colonial or Breezes. But I think Breezes is the best value, not because it's the cheapest price. British Colonial is usually gonna beat them on price, but Breezes is the best value when you count for the fact that it is the rare all-inclusive in Nassau. Breezes fronts Cable Beach, and it's limited to guests ages 14 and older. So my daughter, she's 13, I can't even go there just yet. And this is an important restriction. You might love Breezes, you wanna go, but if you have younger kids, not an option. If you want a day pass option with no kids, you might actually find that to be appealing about Breezes. It definitely has more of an adult feel. There aren't the kids running and splashing and screaming around like you're gonna find at Margaritaville, Atlantis, and Baha Bay. Now, what makes this such a value, and again, is that it's all-inclusive. The day pass includes food, alcohol, non-alcohol drinks, pool access, beach access, lounge chairs, and they provide towels. And it's really great because they don't just have that beachside grill area where you can get things like hamburgers, hot dogs, fried conch, but they also have an indoor buffet because Breezes actually is an all-inclusive resort. Now, the resort and property itself, it's a little bit dated. It could use a little love and touch and upkeep. I don't know if I would stay here if I were visiting Nassau on land and needed a room at an all-inclusive, but for a cruiser day pass option, it is a smoking deal. The beach here is also a major selling point because Cable Beach is beautiful. The water's often easier and calmer than the rougher conditions you'll find over on the Paradise Island side. So Breezes is best for adults and families with older kids who want all of those things included. So if you're traveling with other adults too, you want to turn up, you want to drink without having to worry about the expensive cost of alcohol, especially in Nassau, it's a great, great choice. Skip it if anyone in your group is under 14, or if you want a modern luxury resort, or if you want a lot of water slides. Number 4, the true adults only option is Riu Palace. It's over on Paradise Island. It's not my favorite, but a lot of people do like it. Guests here have to be at least 18. Pass is going to generally include food, snacks, alcohol, non-alcohol drinks, pool access, beach access, lounge chairs, umbrellas, and towels. Because Riu sits over on Paradise Island, you will need to take a taxi from the cruise terminal, so allow for that bridge traffic on the way back. Now, adults only means that there's not going to be kids running around, which is a great perk, but that does not guarantee silence because adults can be noisy too, especially at an all-inclusive where there's unlimited drinks. So don't just expect a calm day because there's no kids. The pool area here is pretty small. The property is pretty dated. Again, it's not my favorite. And also the public beach fronts the area near Cabbage Beach. The beach is gorgeous. I think Cabbage Beach is stunningly beautiful, but almost every single time I've tried to visit Cabbage Beach, I couldn't even get in the water because it was so rough because it's in that unprotected area. So I do think when you compare Riu to Breezes, I think Breezes is the far better option. But Riu is great if you do want a truly adult-only all-inclusive option. Number 5, Baha Bay at Baha Mar. It's pretty new. It just opened in 2021. And I was there not too long ago, about 6 months ago. Here, the beach is great. It's soft, it's clean, it's beautiful. But if you want just a beach day, I would not pay the high cost of Baha Bay because it's pretty expensive just to sit at the beach. I would go with British Colonial instead, by far. Now, what you are paying for at Baha Bay is their water park. It's pretty impressive. They have a huge wave pool. That's the highlight. They have consistent waves. You can float, or you can try to surf, or you can kind of semi-surf it. They have a ton of big water slides, a dueling water coaster, a surf simulator, and they also have a dedicated kids area. So don't think it's just the big thrill rides. They also cater to little kids too. This is a full-fledged water park, not a glorified pool. Now, Atlantis is going to be bigger, more thrill rides. So if you are a real water park enthusiast and that's what you want, Atlantis would probably be the better pick. But I find Baha Bay to be newer, calmer, more pleasant, less crowded. And I love the lazy river at Baha Bay. It's absolutely huge. It runs about 15 minutes. It winds scenically through the property and it is properly relaxing. On my visit, I rode it over and over again. It was wonderful. Now, it is expensive. Food and drinks are not included. You are going to pay that full price, and they do not provide towels, which I find crazy for the price point that this is at. In terms of getting there, this is one of the furthest day pass option locations away from the cruise terminal. It'll take you about 20 minutes by taxi, so you have to account for that time and that cost as well. But if you go into it knowing the full cost of the pass, you want that water park experience, it's an absolute wonderful day. It's very nice, it's clean, it's new, it's upscale, it doesn't feel overly crowded. But if you do want the biggest, most thrilling water park experience, Number 6 is Atlantis. This is the biggest and most recognizable water park option in Nassau. When you dock in Nassau, you can't miss it from the ship. It's over the bridge on Paradise Island, very distinctive architecture. At Atlantis, you've got Aquaventure, and the pass there is going to include the water park, the major slides, the river rides, splash areas, selected pools, the resort beaches, and they have some marine exhibits and habitats. So this is a great option for families with older kids, teenagers, or adults who want those famous TikTok-worthy slides, and they want a full day of thrill attractions. Atlantis is massive. There's a lot of walking, and a lot of the popular attractions can build long lines, so expect a lot of time waiting. And I already mentioned how expensive Nassau is. Atlantis is even more expensive than the Nassau standard, and food is not included, so you have to prepare to pay a lot for any food or drinks that you buy. Now, if you want a beach day, I would not recommend Atlantis for the same reason as Baha Bay. One, because it's very expensive. You can get a much cheaper beach day right there by the terminal at British Colonial. But another reason I would not recommend Atlantis for a beach day is because of where it sits. It is near the public beach, Cabbage Beach. I love Cabbage Beach, it's gorgeous, but every single time I've tried to go to Cabbage Beach, I could not even get in the water because it's kind of unprotected area. So the waves are really, really rough. So if you want a beach day and you're just sitting on the sand, fine. But if you want to actually get in the water, I would not recommend this. It's also a very expensive beach day. So book Atlantis if you want Aquaventure, you want those marine exhibits, those famous slides, and that full resort spectacle. I will say too, they don't have a lazy river, they have an aggressive river, and I love it. I love lazy rivers, but I also love Atlantis aggressive river too. But it's not a kick back and chill and relax and go round and round. It's a kind of fighting for your life kind of crazy river experience. And of course, I have to mention this. If you're cruising on Royal Caribbean, they did just open the Royal Beach Club Paradise Island. Haven't been there, it looks great. I'm sure there's lots of content here on YouTube you can find if that's something that is of interest to you. So I wanna know what Nassau Day Pass options you have experienced, what's worth it, what's not worth it. Drop your comments below and let's talk ship.